I heard the doorbell at 2:17 a.m. and knew exactly who it was before I even looked. Through the peephole, my mother stood under the porch light like a ghost who'd lost her way. Shoulders folded inward, cheeks streaked black from tears that had already ruined her makeup hours ago. In her fist she clutched the spare key I'd never asked for back, as if metal could force its way past the deadbolt I'd changed 3 weeks earlier. Today had been my 30th birthday. The 6th one they'd erased from the calendar. I let her ring again. Let the silence stretch until it bruised. Then I opened the door just wide enough for the hallway light to cut across her face. Ethan. My name cracked in her throat like thin ice. I didn't answer. I just looked at her and felt nothing, the way you feel nothing when a tooth finally stops aching after you rip it out yourself. She tried to step inside. I didn't move. You changed the locks, she whispered, as if concrete could feel betrayal. You changed everything else first, I said. 6 years. 6 birthdays turned into black holes on their timeline. Meanwhile my younger brother, Caleb, the prodigal prince, got surprise trips to Japan, down payments on condos, and last month a matte black motorcycle with a bow the size of a parade float. I found out the same way I always did, his Instagram story, tagged #BestParentsEver. I didn't scream that night. I didn't drink. I just sat on my kitchen floor with the lights off and quietly, methodically, burned every bridge they'd ever taken for granted. First, the family cell plan, my account, my credit. I logged in at 3 a.m. and removed every line except mine. Let them wake up to no service bars and wonder why the world had gone dark. Next, the joint savings they swore was for both boys. I transferred my half, every paycheck I'd auto-deposited since 19, into an account with only my name. Legal. Clean. Gone. Then the smaller cuts, emergency contacts scrubbed from my HR file, my dentist, my vet. I deleted their numbers, archived 15 years of group chat guilt trips, unfollowed, unremembered. I didn't announce it. I just disappeared the way water disappears from a glass someone keeps forgetting to refill. They noticed on day 4. The texts trickled in like poisoned rain. Mom, everything okay, sweetheart? Dad, call me. We need to talk about the phones. Caleb, bro, what the hell? Mom's freaking out. I left them on read. All of them. Now here she was, shivering in November air, clutching a bakery box like a peace offering. I brought cake, she said, voice trembling. Red velvet. Your favorite. I almost laughed. 6 years and she still thought sugar fixed hemorrhage. Come in, I said, stepping aside. Not warmth. Strategy. Some conversations need walls around them. She crossed the threshold like she was entering a church she'd been excommunicated from. The house smelled faintly of the cinnamon candle I'd lit for myself earlier, the one flickering next to a single slice of chocolate cake and an unopened bottle of champagne. My party. My guests, me. She saw it and faltered. You celebrated without us? I celebrated with people who remembered I existed. The words landed soft but detonated anyway. Her knees buckled, she caught the back of the couch. Ethan, the motorcycle wasn't. Don't. I raised one hand. Don't insult me with half a lie. Just say you chose him. Say it out loud for once. Her mouth opened, closed. The silence was the loudest apology she'd ever given. I walked to the counter, picked up the champagne, and poured a single glass. The pop echoed like a judge's gavel. For 6 years, I said, I waited for you to notice I was starving. You never even looked at my plate. Tears spilled again, but I was done translating them into guilt. We can fix this, she pleaded. We'll sell the bike, put the money toward. I don't want your leftovers, Mom. I want the years you gave him instead of me. Can you sell those too? She had nothing. For the first time in my life, my mother had nothing to say. I set the glass down untouched. You asked what I want. Here it is. I met her eyes, calm as winter water. I want nothing from you. Not money. Not apologies. Not cake. Nothing. The word broke her in half. She folded forward, sobbing into her hands, the bakery box hitting the floor with a wet thud. Frosting bled across the hardwood like a crime scene. I walked to the door and opened it. Cold air rushed in, carrying dead leaves across the threshold. Goodbye, Mom. She looked up, mascara rivers carving new paths down her cheeks. Please. Families don't just end. No, I said. They choose to. You made yours a long time ago. She stepped outside. I closed the door without slamming it. Turned the deadbolt. The click was gentle, final, perfect. Through the peephole I watched her stand there a long time, small against the night. Then she walked away, box forgotten on my porch like an offering no god had asked for. I picked up the champagne, took one slow sip, and looked at the cake waiting on the counter. One slice. One candle already burned down to the wick. I lit another. Happy birthday, Ethan, I said to the quiet room. And for the first time in 30 years, someone who loved me was there to hear it.